Hello my people, welcome to my channel Connect to UG. You're most welcome. Welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending from where you are coming from. For me, I'm coming from Kampala, Uganda. How are you doing? The Pearl of Africa. Yeah, that's where I come from. Yeah, I'm here to, as usual, to spice up some things, to remove things to remove bad things from good things, so that we can have the right things and good things. I'm here to correct those who need to be corrected. I'm here to advise those who need to be advised. Yes, so welcome to my channel once again. Let's connect UG. You're most welcome. My subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate you a lot. My returning subscribers, thank you. Team Positive Vibes, thank you so much. Team Marwa, thank you so much. Team D, thank you so much. Team supporting me, thank you for always being there. Thank you for always watching my videos. Thank you. I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, and may God grant you happiness and everything that your heart desires in Jesus' name. Yes, let me start. Today I'm going to talk about Carol. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Carol. I saw her what she was saying about Nyabahanze village, because now village now is becoming a village. I'm telling you. Nyabahanze, as long as Marwa is not there, the boys are turning the village upside down. The boys are turning the villages outside down. But at the end of the day, we are here to correct people who need to be corrected. We are here to advise accordingly. We are not here to abuse. No, we don't believe in abuse, but we believe in correcting. If we correct you and you think we are abusing you, that is your mentality. But in our mentality, we don't see why we should abuse people. We don't see why we should use wrong words. But if you take it like that, then it's all good with you. Yeah, so I saw Carol was saying that the village was so quiet before Marwa came in. That the village was so quiet before Marwa came in, that the drama started when Marwa built the villa in the swamp. That's when the drama started, that the villagers were so quiet that people were busy doing their own things. So, Mara, you come to the village and you changed everything. And they're saying you are not a king. And Carol, you are saying that Mara is not a superstar. And you are here telling us that when he came to the village, everything changes. You know, you have to be powerful to change a village. You have to be powerful to change some people in the village, not one or two. To change the whole village, you have to be powerful. You have to be someone to do so. You have to have power, because people were difficult. People were different. You cannot just come and change us just like that without buying your ideas. And I don't think that the villagers were stupid to adopt what Marwa was telling them and start doing it. No. So, Carol, don't think the villagers were stupid. They did not understand what they were doing. Someone to come and say, we are going to start doing this, and for you, you buy the idea. That idea must be good for you. You must balance each and everything and see that, you know what, it will work. So, for you, Carol, saying that everything was okay in the village, the people were quiet, the people were busy doing their own things, they were into farming, they were into riding borders. Carol said that Gitiliba was busy riding his his motorcycle, making money. until Marwa came in the village and built villa. Everything's changed. Carol, you don't want development. But let me tell you, people, let us be careful the way we talk, because people will start understanding the way we understand. I'm telling you, because the views you give out there, when you start saying that everything was quiet in the village, people were farming, because for you, you want to keep people in that manner, you know, they should not know what is going on out there. They should not know that there are some projects that need to be done. They should not know that you know, out there is a different life. You don't want people. You are so selfish, Carol. That is being selfish. You know, to know something, to know that you can do something to change someone, to know that you can help someone to know something and achieve something, but you don't want to tell them because for you, you think they are okay. Now for you, you are blaming Marwa to bring change in his village, to bring change to his people. That's why you are blaming him, and that you are so selfish. You love yourself, but let me tell you, you cannot love yourself alone, then you are dead. You are, Carol, it seems you are that kind of a person who wants to have everything in the village, that if anyone needs something, they have to come to you. You are the one who wants, like, because you are a farmer, you said that you have chicken. So you don't want anyone to have a chicken farm, but anyone who wants chicken, they should come to you. And if you know that you don't have money, you come and beg Carol. You are that kind of a person. And you cannot even tell people how to do the chicken farming, poultry farming, because you don't want them to know, you know. That is being selfish. So you cannot come here and say that the village was quiet, the village was okay, the people were contented doing farming, you know, getting loans and buying motorcycles. You know, is that the kind of life you want in the village? Okay, if it was supposed to stay like that, and so we do not expect the village to develop. For you, you don't want people to develop. You don't want the village to develop. You want, if you know something, keep it by yourself, because you don't want others to know. So Marwa brought development in the village. Oh my God, brought development to the village. He came, yes, the village was quiet, the people was farming, the people was doing whatever they were doing. But the question, Carol, is, did Marwa tell people, after he has told them about the YouTube and whatever, did Marwa tell people stop farming? Did he tell them that, you know what, for we are going to do this, then you should not farm? Did he tell them that if you were riding a motorcycle, don't do that again? Did he tell them to quit their jobs? Did he tell them to stop farming? Did he say that? So why do you choose to blame Marwa for everything? For even the good things, I told you, Carol, for you, you will never see anything good in Marwa's life. But that is your mentality. That's who you are. We will just leave you the way you are because you don't want to change. But you know what? Change will change you one day. I'm telling you. Change one day will change you. So for you coming here and said that the village was quiet, so you wanted the village to stay quiet. You wanted the village to stay like in poverty the way they were. You like, so for you, Marwa did wrong for him to come and build the villa. And then you said that when Marwa came and he built the villa, now things changed. Now he started telling these guys that, you know what, you should you can have a mansion, you can have a nice car. Those people, they were not thinking about that. They were happy. That's why now they are disorganized. Marwa brought disorganization in the village. Carol, I want to see your village and people around you. Seriously, I want to see how you motivate your people. How you motivate your people. Because what is wrong with telling people like, you know what? No, you cannot stay stagnant in this village. So for you, you wanted people in the village. And you people who supports negative people, you hear Carol, what is she saying? You know, so for you, Carol, you wanted people in the village to stay quiet, to be stagnant in farming, to stay there in their poverty. Nothing changes. Stay there. Eat the way your grandparents were eating. Go and fetch water in the well. Go and collect firewood in the forest. You don't want modernization. Because that is the bad heart I always talk about. That is the deep hatred I always talk about. And I know people are following you, even they are hearing the way you talk, and they see what is wrong with this girl. A person who brought change in the village, you know? Because as the world grows, we keep changing with the world. But for you, you are that kind of person maybe who want to change, but you don't want your neighbors to change. You want to be the one giving your neighbors food. You want to be the one giving your neighbors water. You want to be the one giving your neighbors light. That is you. Like the way you said last time that the boys were climbing your gate, hooking for the Wi-Fi. And you were so furious about that. That's the kind of life you want. But Marwa is different. These boys, they have been using Marwa's Wi-Fi in the villa. They have been using them. But for you, you're like, I'm the one who's supposed to have the Wi-Fi in the village. You cannot even advise them how to get the Wi-Fi because you don't want change. You like it when they are quiet. Carol, you like your village mates when they are quiet, when they are poor, when they are farming, when they are eating ugali, potatoes, and cassavas every day. That's the kind of life you want for your villagers. That's why even you cannot advise them how they can get Wi-Fi. Because if you were a good person, instead of you chasing them away, you would talk with them and say, you know what, I can get Wi-Fi for you. We can get Wi-Fi and put it in one of your houses. And when you want something, you can all go there and do the work, do whatever you want to do. But you cannot do that. You cannot do that. So you were there making calls, shouting, you know, they're stealing my Wi-Fi. I have to change the password. That is you with your bad heart. But we have people who fears for other people, who wishes good for other people. That is Marwa. Marwa is like, no. I traveled. I have seen the world in a different way. I can bring the change. I can bring what I saw outside there in my village. He's not selfish. It's like what I have, others can have it. So you cannot come here and say, you know what, he started telling them you can have mansions. What is wrong with having mansions, Carol? What is wrong with living in a nice house? What is wrong with that? For you, you feel okay, you feel happy. You people in Carol's village, this woman is a very dangerous, is poisonous, is a snake. She doesn't like any development in her village. She doesn't want the villagers to change. She doesn't want their villagers to get rich. She doesn't want their villagers to build good houses. She doesn't want the villagers like to have solar, to have electricity, to have a good life. She doesn't want to change the village. And oh my God, I was hearing her and I was like, what a kind of a human being is Carol? Carol, you are a chameleon. You are not turning, you are. You keep changing. But your heart is the heart of the devil. Is the heart of the devil. You are kind of a person who doesn't want a development. For me, one day I listened to one of our ministers saying that people who doesn't want development, they are snakes. That they are devil. Those who are hindering the progress, they are the devil. So Carol, you are hindering the progress of the villagers. Marwa changed everything. Now Nyabhanzi is on Globe. Everyone is talking about Nyabhanzi, and that is hurting you. But if it hurts you so much, you can even do a different thing from Marwa. Do something different from you to your village. Or one day show us your village. Actually, we need to see your village. We need to see your village. We need to see your neighbors' houses. We need to see what is around you. We need to see that. Seriously. You have that heart is not for a human being. Maybe you don't have a full heart. Your heart is damaged. Because you cannot be full of hatred like that and you think like your heart is normal. Carol, your heart is damaged. You need an operation. You need an operation. Because let me tell you people, as long as you don't see anything good in someone, let me tell you, a person cannot be 100% bad. But for you, Carol, I'm starting to believe that it can happen. Maybe you don't like Marwa in any way, but at least appreciate what he has done in the village. So you people don't pay attention to Carol, what Carol is saying. Don't. You have eyes. You are seeing what is going on. You have ears. You are hearing what is going on. You know, I said I'm coming live from Kampala, Uganda, but I'm talking about Nyabhanzi. Why am I not talking about the streets of Kampala here? But because someone brought change in that village, now this village is on a global. People in the USA, they are talking about Nyabhanzi. People in the UK, they are talking about Nyabhanzi. People in China, people in Argentina, people in everywhere, they are talking about Nyabhanzi. And you are saying that Marwa did wrong for him to come back in the village? Carlo. Oh my God. So you're here telling us that Marwa did wrong for him to come back to the village. You see? You know, the village was so quiet. The village, you know, the village people were busy doing their own things. They were doing working. They were doing working on their farm. You know, the boys were busy doing what they were doing. Then Carol told us a story that in her village, the boys, the men, they go to those people that sells bikes, motorbikes, motorcycles. So they went there, they give them for the loans that every day they have to pay, or a week or a month, until the loan is done. Then they give them permanently they give permanently to their motorcycles. Then he said that he talks to them and they are happy and contented. Carol, shut up. No one can be contented on a motorcycle. Don't lie to us. Carol, we have knowledge. We are educated. Okay, this doesn't, you don't need even to be educated. You don't need even to have the knowledge of the books. Let me tell you, you cannot tell me that people are contented by riding the motorcycle, by doing border borders. No one can be contented. I have never seen anyone in this world who said that I'm contented. No. Carol, are you contented? With your poultry farming, are you contented? Okay, if you were contented, why did you start fish farming? If you were contented with the pot, do you see you are narrow mind? You are narrow brain mind? Shut up. Don't bring your negativity to people. Don't. You cannot say that a man who drives a border is satisfied and contented. Do you want to tell me that man, if he has like 8 children, he's contented paying the school fees for his children, feeding his family, doing everything with that kind of money, and he's contented? Do you know what the word contented is? Even you, are you contented with your poultry farming and fish farming plus YouTube? For you, if you are contented, that is your narrow mind of thinking. But people, if I have never even seen anyone richer or poor or anyone saying that I'm contented. Now I'm contented with what I have. I no longer want to do business. I no longer want to have money. The money I have is enough. I'm contented. I'm not going to work again. Even the richest people in the world, they're still looking for money like crazy. They're still creating ideas. But for you, stupid Carol, I'm sorry, I don't like to use those words, but you, Carol, you steal my spirit. I feel like I need to say it the way it is. You are telling us that those boys are contented. You boys, you must, because I had one time Carol was saying, you villagers, you must wake up and do something tomorrow. You villagers in Carol, you must wake up. Don't listen to that old lady. When you see her passing, run away from her. She's poisonous. You cannot tell me that a man who's riding a border motorcycle for his income, he's contented. Contented on what? Why? Because they have cassava and potatoes and vegetables and nuts and beans. They're contented because they don't need power. They don't need Wi-Fi like the way you need it. They don't need running water in their compound because they can go to well and fetch it. Nonsense, Carol. Don't. Now you are attacking, you are lying on behalf of your people. You know that they are fine, they are just fine and contented. Carol, if a border guy can be contented in life, then this world is going to be a better life for us, a better world to live in. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So I don't know how you can come here and tell us that he's contented, that people in your village, boys in your village are contented. They are contented while climbing. You are to get a Wi-Fi. If they are contented, why were they climbing your gate to get a Wi-Fi? It means they are contented. They don't need Wi-Fi. Or they are contented. They have Wi-Fi in their homes. If you are saying that they are contented. Carol, please, don't destroy your village, because for you don't care about your villagers, you don't care about the people around you, you don't care. Now leave Marwa, who has a golden heart, a heart of others, to do what he's doing. Because for you are telling us, you are showing us that no matter what, you will never even come near closer, like 10% to Marwa. You are totally different, but the way you are different is different too. That thing, when I heard about it, I was like, what? Did I hear it well? A border man is saying he's contented in life, in this economy, in this life of ours, in these countries of ours, where everything rises every day, and the guy who rides the border is contented. A guy who's still paying a loan for the motorcycle is contented. That life, even that life, I don't need it. Oh no. For me, I don't think I can reach at an extent where I feel like I'm contented in everything. No one. I think the day I will say I'm contented, I have everything I need in life, then that will be the end of me. So for you, Carol, stop disorganizing people. I'm telling you, stop disorganizing people. You don't know how to help your people in the village. You don't know how to help your village mates. You don't know how to help your people. Then shut up. Let those people who have a good heart do what they want to do. Let them be. They were busy doing everything, staying in their hatched house until Marwa came from Colombia, and with the cameras, shouts and whatever. He came and he said, what you did, Marwa, was wrong. You should have stayed in Colombia. Marwa, you did wrong to come back. Oh my God, Carol, what do you have against Marwa? I keep asking myself, what do you have against Marwa? That Marwa should have stayed there. What? Stayed there in Colombia. What? Are you the one choosing where people should stay? People have a right to stay wherever they want, as long as you can afford to stay there. So for you, I saw the hatred, the way she was saying it. Marwa, you should have stayed in Colombia. Why? You did not want to see Marwa in your country. Oh, because you are seeing what Marwa is doing, and you are like, I wish he stayed there. He would not be famous like he is. He will not be the king of Nyabanze like he is. He will not build the villa like he did. Why did he come? That is the jealous that will kill you. I'm telling you, that is the kind of a jealousy that will kill you. That you should have stayed in Colombia. Maybe you would come and visit, put your cameras down and visit and stay a little while. Then after that, go back. Oh my God. But you came and you started showing these people the other side of the world. Now they picked it, you manipulated them, now they start dreaming big. Mara, thank you so much. Thank you. Because that's the kind of people we need in our lives. That's the kind of people we need in our villages, in our country, in our lives. The people that boost us, the people that push us, the people that say, no, you are not supposed to live in a small house. You can build a big house. You are not supposed to use a motorcycle. You can have a car. You are not supposed to do this. You can do this. That's the kind of people we want. And go on, Mara. Go on. That's why I told you in my last video that don't stop what you are doing. Because people like Carol, they want you to stop, but don't stop. For us, we are appreciating, and for us, we feel like energized to do more, to do like that. Others will start having dreams like to make our village bigger, you know. But the problem is, Carol, no one can look up to you. What have you done? Tell us, what have you done? Poultry farming? Any fool can do a poultry farming. I'm telling you. Now you're telling us that fish farming, everyone can do that. But people have done things beyond you can think. And they don't just do it for themselves. They are teaching others what to do. For me, I will clap for you, Carol. If you come one day and you get the youths in your village, you bring the youths in your village and you say, you know what? Today I'm going to teach you how to do poultry farming. You know? Empower your youths, empower your people, empower your women. Empower them. Teach them. Show us a video teaching them how they do fish farming. Tell them what they need to do. Instead of you coming and climbing on Mara and telling him that Mara, he shouldn't have come. Is he in your village? Who are you to Mara? That telling him that he shouldn't have come, to disorganize, to manipulate the villagers. Now the villagers are happy. Villagers are happy. The villagers have achieved something. That's not because now they are learning. They are globally. That's why they are attacking Mara. Because they think they can be king like Mara. They can motivate people in the village. They can help people like in the village. They have built houses. They have done something. They have bought some land. And at least we appreciate that. So for me, I'm not saying what the bad things these people are doing, the villagers doing, more than what Marwa did to them. They can speak. They're on YouTube. The whole world is watching them. What is wrong with that? Everyone would love to have someone like Marwa who has a good heart, who to teach you how to. He does not give you fish, but he teaches you how to fish. He does not just give you fish, he teaches you how to fish. But for you, Carol, you don't want to teach people how to fish. You don't want to teach people how to develop. You don't want to teach people how to get to be rich. You just want to give them fish, like you are giving them Wi-Fi. Now you are turning them down. You want everything to be the one having everything. You want Wi-Fi? Come to my place. You want to have water? You don't have time to go to the well. You come, I have a running water here. Come and get. You know, that is you. And then Carol said, for me, I'm a farmer. I do everything. Cassava, potato, Irish, greens, beans, nuts. The only thing I buy in my home is sugar. Shut up. Carol, shut up. So, do you want people to live the way you are living? There is life outside that village, Carol. The problem, you don't travel. Get out, get up, travel, see the world around, see how people live. Get motivated. Don't stuck in your village. Don't stuck in your village. Don't just come tell us that you eat cassava and you ugali. There are people who doesn't want. There are people who doesn't eat cassava. Do you farm rice? There are people who eat rice. You know, there are people once in a while who wants to eat differently. So for you, that is, you are kind of person who say people that, you know what, eat what you farm here. You know, if you don't have cows and you cannot kill a cow to eat meat, don't use your money to eat meat. Oh my God, Carol, you amaze me. You know, but that is not the kind of life. That's why I'm saying, you go out there, see people, go to the hotels, eat different meal once in a while, eat different food. Stop telling us cassava, others. Cassava and potatoes. There are people who doesn't eat those. So you cannot keep telling people that they eat cassava and potatoes, now they are contented. Carol, be contented with your cassava, with your potatoes. But don't lie to people. You people move out. Go out. See how different people associate. See different people, how they live. Leave your village. Go to town. You know, see the houses the people build, see different fashions the people are building, you know, see different types of food the people are cooking. You know, people are developing, countries are developing. We cannot stay there eating cassava and potatoes. That's what I'm telling you, just move away, travel a little. You will appreciate life. You will come and change village. Now hatred has started. That now they started dividing, and they were together. Now you are dividing them because of the resource. Marwa, you are like Jesus. They blame everything on you. Those who are happy, they are blaming Marwa. Those who are sad, they are blaming Marwa. Those who are separating, it's because of Marwa. Those who have nothing to eat, it's because of Marwa. Those who are doing their crazy stuffs behind, they are blaming Marwa. Those who pregnanted people, they are blaming Marwa. Those, hey, Marwa, you have a cross to carry. You have a cross to carry. But you will. Everything is on you. Everything is on you. Now Carrie is blaming that now people are dividing because of you. Because of the development you brought in the village. Eh? Carol, the hatred of development. You know, that everything that is happening right now, blame it on Marwa. It's all on Marwa. If Marwa did not move in, if Marwa did not build the villa, people would not be like that. People were contented with they were contented in their small houses. They were contented with their farming. But I asked you, did Marwa stop them doing what they were doing? You know, people doing content, doing YouTube and other jobs, you know. Carol, for you just come and do like 1 hour. So you want to tell me that in a day and a night, you have 1 hour? What about other hours? For you being a content creator, being a YouTube does not stop you from doing farming. It does not stop you from doing farming. It does not stop you from working. It does not stop you from doing business. It does not stop you from doing anything. So stop blaming Marwa for things he has hand on it, and not stop. That hatred will kill you. So stop doing that. If people are dividing, they are dividing for their own. If they are hating Marwa, they are hating Marwa for their greed, not because Marwa has done something for them. That, you know, Marwa, you traveled worldwide in all the places. Why did you choose to come to Nyabanze? You wanted him to go where? To your village. Or maybe you were jealous of him because he's not in your village. Maybe if he came to your village, you would be different. Maybe you would have, you would achieve something, you know. And God said that, you know, villagers, they never wanted that. They never wanted to build mansions. They never wanted to drive nice cars. They were satisfied with what they are doing. But for you, Marwa, you came and manipulate them, you know, to drive. Okay, if they never wanted them, then they can leave. It's a choice. You can choose, like, you know what, I have built this house, I'm not going to live in it, let me demolish it and build the smaller house I want. Or I never wanted to drive a nice car, let me sell it and buy a bicycle. It's theirs. It's theirs. So you cannot come here and say that he manipulated them, you know, that you manipulated them to do what you wanted them to do. Not what they wanted to do, what they wanted them to. Yeah, of course, that's how it is. If someone has to bring change, if I have to bring a project, I have come and I tell you, know what, there is such a project. I want to bring this project. It will do this and that and that and that and that. You know, so after hearing my ideas, my plan, and you are buying it, then it is mine. I'm the one who bring it. You did not know that if you do this, you are going to gain this. Now that you know, then after accepting doing it and gaining from it, then someone will come and say, oh, you know, Lois brought her ideas, he brought her project in the village, and people gained from it. It was not people's idea, it was my, of course it is my idea. It was Marwa's idea to the villagers, and they bought it and they gained from it. They gain from it. But the problem is for you, Carol, and even you, Carol, you are gaining from it. You are doing content on Marwa. So if Marwa stayed in Colombia, we would not have a content. So those who gain from it, those who built mansions from it, those who bought cars from it, you are part of them. Carol, I think you should be clapping for Marwa. Oh, behind the scene, you can send a message to Marwa and appreciate him and say, you know what, I don't want to come in the camera to appreciate you for what you did to us, for what you taught us, but hey man, thank you. You can do that, but we will not know. We will not know. We will not know. You can do that. The same applies to other people in Nyabanze. Instead of you condemning him, pursued him, just appreciate him. It doesn't take a lot. Just say thank you, Marwa. You may not be in touch with him anymore. You may not be in contact with him anymore. You may not treat me as good as you used to treat him anymore. But at least you can send that message and say, guy, thank you. Thank you for what you did to our village. Carol, you can do that and say, thank you for teaching us how to do YouTube. And thank you for giving us content every day. That will be amazing. And God then said that, you know, Mara, when he came, he had a lot of projects. He told the villagers that we are going to have projects, and you know, but Mara, you didn't. Where is the projects? Come on, Carol. If you want the projects, go and do your projects. Is it your project? Is it your project? The owner of the project knows when to start a project. After all, it is not your money. Is it your money? Are you the investor? Are you the donor of those projects? Carol, are you part? If you want projects that you want to start and run, go and start your projects. You have yours. You have poultry farming and fish farming. Those are your projects. Take care of them. Leave people's projects. If he came and said that, you know what, I want to have swamp resort, it is his project. It is. Do you know even how to run a project, Carol? It is a project. He has to sit down and put everything in the right way. He knows when to start it. Whether he started it or not, it is his idea. It is his project. If you are concerned and you feel like you need that project, after all, he talked about it, Carol, go and do it. He's not going to stop you from doing it. And I had even someone a comment telling you, why don't you go and do it if you want? And you know what you said? For me, I don't have a swamp. You have money. You go and buy a swamp. Don't be stupid. Go and buy a swamp. If you think like it is a stop attacking Mara for everything. Is the project going to help you? Is it your project? Do you want to test that everything that Mara did, you are the one to first tell him, now do this? He knows when to start it if he still wants it. And you cannot stop him. You are not his donor. You are not. You are not his advisor. You don't know the kind of project, whether it is a long-term project or it is a short-term project. He knows when to start it. He knows what he needs to start it. So shut up. Leave Mara alone. Whether he talks about the projects, he will do it. It is his ideas. Carol, stop telling Mara what to do. Stop giving him your ideas. He doesn't need them. The guy is wise. For you, what you do, everything you do, you just cop. You just cop him and do. You just cop him and do. But let him be. He doesn't need your ideas. You know what to do to make a project. If you want, go ahead and do it. For you, when you were doing poultry farming and fish farming, who pushed you? Who told you that, Carol, you are wasting a lot of time, you better start? It is his project, it is his idea, it is his timing. He knows when to do it. He can do it or not doing it. Stop giving him ideas. He doesn't need it. For the people he will buy ideas from, Carol, you are not one of them. I'm telling you. You are not one of them. You are not one of the people that Mara will buy ideas from. So, you keep your ideas. Let that ideas work for you. Use it for your own. Because after all, you are selfish. Use it to develop yourself, because you cannot even use it to develop your community. Because you don't have that knowledge of bringing your community together and do something. Because if you have that knowledge, you would have done that. But now that because you don't have that knowledge, you leave those who have knowledge to plan it better, to do it. Because they know when and how to do that, you know. Do your own projects. Leave Mara alone. Marwa alone. He knows what he wants. He knows the projects he wants to do. He would do it in the right time. And I thank God, because now the wrong people are coming out. Maybe you never know. Maybe God is saying, Marwa, you know what? The projects you have to do, you don't need these people. You need new people. Now God is removing. He's removing the dangerous ones. The one that Carol will use to destroy those projects. Now they are going away. So by the time he brings the project, the right people will be in the project to enjoy. You know, Marwa is the big picture of the village. Whether you like it or not, Marwa is the king of the village. Marwa is part of the village. Actually, Marwa is the half of the village. Like, what do I mean here? The development he has put, the change he brought into the village, you know. And actually, I think that the government should give Marwa should give Marwa a prize. You know, should give him a gold medal. Exactly. Government of Kenya, you should give Marwa a golden medal, because he's doing great. He's changing life. He's changing people's mentality. Not like Carol's, who think people are contented. No, he's telling them you cannot be contented with the small things. You need to travel. You need to do this. You need to be the best. We have to build this village. People will have to come and see village. People are coming. Auntie Yamis, they are coming from UK to come to Nyarhans, all in the name of Marwa. Carol, don't you want that in your village? For people to come all over to see your village. But what do you have there? And actually, Carol, people should come to see. Your poultry farming and fish farming. You know? Just show us. Don't just say it, just show us. People will come. We want to come and learn and teach us how to do that project. But before you teach us, just first teach your villagers. First help your villagers and teach them. You know? Carlo, I saw last time when Dimwango was cooking outside using firewood. Oh my God, you abused her. You said a lot of words. That how can she do that? How can she use firewood? Then you make a conclusion saying that for me, I would never. Me, Kara, I would never use firewood. Even if I go to my parents or I go to my relatives, I would never use firewood. Even I will tell them not to use firewood. I would never, wherever you go, I cannot use firewood. I cannot go back to that life. I cannot. Carol, you swallowed your words. You swallowed your words. I saw you using firewood, mingling ugali. I don't care whether it was a burial or it was something like that, but the way you said it last time, that no matter what, you would never use a firewood. Stop swallowing your words. You know who you are. You know you are poor. Or maybe you are not poor, but all your relatives are not rich. So I saw you laughing with a stupid laughing, mingling ugali, using firewood, and I was, for heaven's sake, is this Carol? Carol, why are you ashaming us? Carol, why are you ashaming us? You told us you would never use firewood again. Even if you go to your relatives, you cannot use firewood. Now what were you doing? You see the problem? You people, you forget what you said. You know, because you said you don't meditate, you don't think about it. After you are done, you are done. Now you forget the words you said. You are swallowing them, you are eating them. No, from nowhere, me seeing Carol doing what? Mingoling ugali, mingoling posho with firewood in a dark in a dark place. I don't care whether it was your relative or whatever, because you mentioned that even if it is your relatives, like you go there, you cannot use firewood. You said that for you trying to show us that even your relatives, they are all rich, they all can afford gas. So for you telling us, you are like telling us that using a firewood is something that is abomination. You know, it's abomination to use firewood. Oh, the smoke! How can I be in that smoke? How can I use the firewood? But Carol, I saw you in the dark, in the smoke. You making ugali using firewood. I was like, what the hell? Sure. Seriously. So Carol, that's why I'm saying, don't just come here and say words. No. Don't just come here and talk because you are making a content. For us, we have brain. For us, we have memories. We will always bring those things you said that you don't do. We will always correct you and put in your place. I remember I told her, say, Carol, you cannot say that. People use firewood. Now maybe you may say I was doing it for fun because whether it was a burial, whether it was whatever, I don't care what it was, but as long as Carol, you were using firewood, you are against your word, I'm telling you, you are stupid. You cannot eat your word. Let me tell you, Carol, you are more than that. Carol, don't Carol, don't ever eat your words again. Stand on your word. If you say, I don't use a bicycle, don't you ever use it. No. If you say, I don't do this, don't do that. Stand on your word. But today, I don't use firewood. Tomorrow, you are on the smoke. And for you, it was worse. It was worse. At least for D, it was during the day, outside, in the compound, the wind, the air, everything. There was no smoke. Everything was okay. But for you, you were in the room inside. The room was dark. I think you were using the torch of the phone. And the smoke. I was like, Carol, what happened? I felt disappointed. I was, no, you cannot shame me like that. You cannot shame us like that. Team D, Carol ashamed us. He swear that he cannot use firewood. He said that. He was laughing for D. He was condemning D. He was abusing D. He was attacking D of using firewood. But guess what? D, you are missing. You left someone in the fridge. Now he's taking. He's doing what you were doing. You see? He's adopting what you. He's adopting what you were doing. What he was against, now she's doing it. And in a different way, in a tough way, in the darkness and the smoke. I should, you guys, I'm making you. Carol, why didn't you carry your gas? For you said that even your relatives, they don't use firewood. Why didn't you? Because after all, the food you were cooking, I don't think it was for all people, because that it was not much. Yeah, it was not much, which means it was for you and your group, the people you were with in the kitchen, in the dark kitchen, with too much smoke. So, Carol, stop using words. Don't do things that you will not stand on. Always stand on your word. Always stand on your word. Always stand on the truth. Don't disappoint us again. I said Team D, Carol has disappointed us. So stop laughing to people. Stop laughing to people. Stop thinking that you are very important, that you are different. There is no difference between you and others. Actually, you are worse than them. So, thank you so much. Let me stop from here. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you for following me. Thank you for subscribing. Please give this video a like. Please share it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you so much with the bottom of my heart. Oh, thank you for always standing. Thank you for always be there. Thank you. I'm always here to tell you everything that is happening and correct those who need to be corrected. May God protect you until my next video. Thank you. Let's connect to you, G. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share.